I'm such a huge fan of yours. I've grown up like watching you guys, watching you and seeing you in Star Wars and everything. How was it returning to Willow and kind of continuing the story of Willow's journey, coming back to magic?
I mean, yeah, for me, coming back to a character I'd played 35 years ago was a real privilege and an honour. I was very familiar with the character, obviously, but now I'm a lot older. I felt it was easier to play that character, a more mature man. And Jon Kasdan, who wrote the series, kind of leaned into the idea that he was older, still didn't really want to get involved in any adventure. He's really after a simple life, which I think most of us are when we get to a certain age, aren't we?
Definitely, and he has a family. Willow has his beautiful family, and your daughter's in it too, playing your daughter. How would you say that this character's? It's been 20 years, within the story. Like, does he wants to live a simple life, but what makes him drawn back to this life of magic and adventure? Does he miss it, or are we going to see him just kind of have to deal with it?
Well, yeah, the way the story's written, he's literally compelled to go and help out with this, I don't want to give too much away, but he's reluctant nonetheless. In the movie, he was reluctant. He was always described as the reluctant hero, so nothing's changed there.
I've been waiting for you forever since you first saw you in Star Wars. I was just like, I love her, and Laura. We nice to meet you. We love you here. Like, our website has a whole thing about you, the Nerds of Color. What can you tell us about? No, you're in everything now, so it's like beautiful that you're part of the fandom of every aspect genre. Like Star Wars, you're in Marvel, you're in our fandom. We love you. How does it feel to be part of this other universe of like the Willow universe? And what can you tell us about your character and the girl power of like the three girls heroines going together?
It's very overwhelming. I don't feel like it's ever going to kind of sink in. Like, I'm still trying to get over Star Wars, and now Willow's happening, and I'm like, whoa, this is a lot. But like in the best way, everybody's so welcoming and so lovely, and everybody at Star Wars Celebration is just the coolest. And wait, you want me to explain Jade?
Yeah, Jade and the three heroines, like.
Oh right, yes.
Power. It's so amazing to see three women, girl power, like in this journey adventure.
Yeah, it's so great, and I think it's going to be really great for young girls to see these four female, Joanne, four females like just killing it and being so badass. I'm excited for young girls to see this.
Yeah, well, your character, she wants to be a warrior, and like her goal is to be a warrior and stuff. Like, are we gonna see some badass training from you? And also, like, she cares about her best friend, be wanting to be there and help her. Is there any other goals that she has in mind while going on this adventure?
So yeah, you're going to see a lot of fighting. We train so hard to try and get this sword fighting down, and obviously she wants to be a knight, so that's her aim, that's what she's training towards, and you see that too, and I think you go along that journey with her, which is really cool. I don't know how much I'm allowed to say, but yeah, you see her struggle with that journey of becoming a knight. That's what I'll say. I think I can say that. I don't know.
Okay. Hi, I'm so excited to talk to a princess of Willow in the Willow world.
Wow.
How does it feel? Like, so being part of this, you're part of the Willow universe now, but how does it feel to be, what can you tell me about being excited to be part of the line, the princess, the legacy of Willow? You're not a new character, you're part of the legacy. Yeah. How excited was it? And then what can you tell me the dynamic of the character?
Okay. The legacy of the movie, obviously it felt like at times a lot of weight to have to uphold something so beloved and so with such a huge fan base, but it also it's such a comforting thought to know that so many people grew up loving it, and to being able to keep that alive for them is such a special thing. And also to be a princess is such a crazy idea in my mind. To be able to like sort of be a new idea of what a princess is really exciting to me. Kit is definitely a character that I wish I had growing up, and I'm excited to be able to share her with the world. I'm going to choke up saying that.
it's amazing and it's beautiful. And what I really care about is seeing the mother and daughter dynamic. Are we going to see a lot of that dynamic between the two, especially both legacy character as well?
Right. I can't spoil too much, but you definitely get to know their relationship in the beginning of the series, and it can be hard at times, as all mother-daughter relationships are. Queen Sorsha is a queen, and she has her duties, and Kit doesn't necessarily want to be a part of that world. She has other ideas for herself, and she wants to be her own person. So they could definitely go to head to head. But also it is about sort of accepting the whole show is about accepting yourself and sort of getting to know yourself and learning to love that person. So and Joanne is the best person on earth. She's such a special human being and such a veteran at this already. But it was just great to get to know things from her. She's so wise. She has lots of stories and tips to tell.
Well, I'm so excited to see this journey, but thank you so much. You're princess.
Oh my God, that's still weird to me. I feel like since it's weird to Kit, I'm like holding that. I'm like, it's kind of...
Congratulations. Hi, Ellie. I'm so excited. What can you tell us about Dove? And she's in love with the prince. So what makes her go on this adventure? Is it a drive for him or the love story?
So we go after like one of the characters to kind of search for them, and there's this whole adventure that unfolds. I can't tell you too much, unfortunately, but it's exciting, and my character goes on a really incredible journey throughout the show.
Well, Willow is known for the love story, with Sorsha and the love story. And your character is the only one who really has a romance too. Like, how excited were you to really portray the love part of the story?
There's so much else that goes on. The love was really important, but also my character is an incredibly strong woman who embarks on this journey and kind of comes into her own. So I think that was really exciting.
One more, the friendship. I love the girl power. I love seeing this. How exciting was it to see three heroines come together in this story?
I'm so happy that you asked that. It was so amazing, and Ruby and Erin are just so amazing, and we formed such an incredible friendship from working together on the show. So every day it felt amazing. I felt incredibly supported. We really supported each other and were there for each other, and we spent time hanging out and getting to know each other. It felt special.
I can't wait to see it. Thank you so much. Hi, I am so excited for your return. What can you tell us about, it's been 20 years. What can you tell us about, in the story of, and she has a daughter and everything. So what can you tell us about, your, Sorsha's, journey?
Well, I think what they did a good job was, and what was exciting when I read the scripts for the television series, is that Sorsha, Jon Kasdan, who wrote them, he literally understood her so well, and here she is. The world around her has changed. She's older. She has children. The things they're fighting against are different now, but there's always something. And she doesn't wear the crown lightly. It's very hard to be a ruler, and she's so conscientious that she struggles with doing the right thing, making sure everyone's safe, and and I think she feels kind of compromised, and so we'll, and so then we see, that there's always something in life. You're always, and then we see as the story unfolds where that goes. But essentially, she's the same person, just older, wiser, and with a new set of problems, and children.
The children part too, and how is it with the dynamic with having the daughter character, and what's their dynamic together in the series, and also her dynamic with Willow, seeing him again and trying to help her son?
Well, it's such a joy to have scenes with Warwick again. Yeah. Although we never had dialogue together in the original, but we did have scenes together. But he is the best, and he's so funny, and he's so fun to work with, but he has a really special gift. Actually, when we did the celebration thing before, and we were waiting to go on stage, and he went on ahead of me, and he was going to introduce me, and I follow him on, and so I'm waiting there, and in the dark, in a little kind of corridor, and when he went on, the love wave that rose up from thousands of people and washed over Warwick. Actually, I get moved now. I got a tear to my eye because Warwick Davis is such a special actor. And what he brings, what he brought to that film and to this series is sublime.
I know. I'm so excited about Willow. Like, and yeah, I am. My dad's a fan too, and he showed it to me too.
Yeah. No, it's a movie that people share.
Yeah.
With their kids.
Well, and we're a huge like Val Kilmer family too. We're huge like everyone. Yeah. So when you were putting this together, like working on it, what aspects did you really want to bring from that universe to this series?
I really wanted to bring the spirit to it, most of all. I mean, I am a granular fan. I know every element of Willow, and I think that real fans will recognize almost everything again. But what's strongest about it is the sweetness and the humor and the energy that Warwick and Val and Joanne brought to the original movie. And what we tried to do was create that spirit again with a young cast that was fun and exciting and anchored by Warwick and Joanne, and seeing them interact with these kids, it seemed like a lot of fun, and a new place for Lucasfilm to go.
Well, I love that he is still a reluctant hero. He's kind of a cranky old man that you guys... what made you decide to kind of continue the story with 3 heroines? And it's so wonderful to see 3 women be active in this. But what made you decide this story with them, and then also a brother and like?
Yeah, it was pretty organic because Willow has the unique virtue where the thing that the whole movie is centered around is a little baby girl, and I wanted to know what happened to that girl. And these girls are how we figure it out and how we sort of find out what the legacy of Elora Danan is. And I thought it was a great opportunity to sort of bring to something a contemporary attitude and spirit and let everyone have some fun, kind of, One of the great things about the original Willow is it's a movie where it says heroes don't have to look like Jason Momoa. And I like the idea that they don't have to be men at all, And Erin and Ruby and Ellie just brought such a fresh version of that and such unique qualities, each of them. It was a thrill, and they delivered beyond my wildest hopes and dreams.
No, thank you for...
They're so cool, yeah.
The activists, directors, comments and the lectures, fanboys, professional artists and professors. Maybe a nerd who's just like you, talking about the things that you like too. So I invite you to the NOC. In full color, you see me. The hard knock life, comics, movies and TV. Yeah, pop culture with a different perspective. Watch it on your screen, hit play, so check this.